and gals, Never here from Drake Wayne Gaming and Sunny Mountain Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Sylving Reforged. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm January up, and let's go! There we go. Alright. I'm actually kind of curious to see what she looks like now. But if you're not here for her, then... Oh, of course! You must be here for the big hunt! Not really, no. I was just in the area, but I have heard of it. You know... Probably could have lied there. It is the more likely draw, and would excuse my presence, but then again, I don't know anything about it but the name. Traveling the world, eh? 1 second, y'all. Let me see. Let me ask my girl something. There we go. Just asking my girl to bring me home some caffeinated and yummy. Okay. Traveling the world, eh? That brings back memories. Well, I hope your stay is good before you move along. Dalset's a good place to rest for a spell. Speaking of, I heard your wolf is your new guard. How's he holding up to your standards? Agnar? He's great. Actually, no, he's wonderful. He's the one who found me in the woods and was looking after me while I was recovering. He's done a lot for me since I got here and has been treating me so well. I really like Agnar. I don't know what would have happened without him. Huh, that's our wolf. But you must have been real sick, given that you were hobbling around the village the other day, or so I heard. Sheesh, is that how bad the rumors have gotten? Better change the perception of me before everyone sticks me with the weirdo lion label. No, it wasn't that bad. My fever's thrown off my balance, and it's been rough getting my footing back. Rumors tend to exaggerate. I'm glad to hear you're doing better. Without skipping a beat, the surprisingly curious bear just resumes his line of inquiry. And now you're staying at that little lodge Agnar's been watching over lately. Lord Mikkel offered to let me stay there while I'm in town. I can't say for how long, but I'll be here for a while. So, you'll be a long-term guest, huh? Great! I hope you enjoy your time here, then. Now, what's your pleasure? My menu's not built for the refined tastes of a noble, but my kitchen's open to whatever you fancy. I'm not too picky, really. I'll eat anything as long as it's good. Huh, you've got it. I'll break out my best. The bear turns to go and turns back to me before walking off. Just one thing, my lord. Yeah? Treat Agnar well, alright? Sure, I will. Good to hear. His neck muscles are insane. And with that, the big bear disappears into the kitchen. I breathe a sigh of relief. I knew he'd be a big bear, but not that big. That went over pretty well, I think. For a moment there, I thought he was going to eat me or something. Agnar's right. He's friendly enough, but his sheer size alone makes him intimidating. He was really friendly, but I can already tell that I do not want to get on the bear's bad side. I feel like he could throw me into orbit. My gaze returns to my table, waiting for my food to arrive. Then I notice a drink. Oh, right. He's already brought me something. Come to think of it, I am rather thirsty. No. Speaking of thirsty, I hold the tankard up to my nose and give it a sniff. It smells of apple juice and a hint of some kind of spice. Can't smell any alcohol. Lap, lap, lap. Without even thinking, my tongue dips right into the liquid, lapping at it. I almost slammed the tankard down on the table in surprise. What was that? I mean, I am an animal now, sort of, but I wasn't expecting it to do something like this. A tail was one thing. I haven't had a tail before, but this is totally different. Still, I guess it could be worse. I just hope this doesn't keep happening. Pressing the tankard to my lips, I drink it properly. It's a fuller apple flavor than I'm used to with juice, but it's less sweet and a little bitter. I like it, though. The cinnamon is a nice touch. Like any restaurant, my food isn't brought out right away, leaving me nothing to do but sip at my drink. Agnar is taking a while, and I nervously rub my claws against the now empty tankard. I shouldn't be impatient. It's only been a few minutes. Brum walks around and brings a few meals out for the other guests, as well as refilling some drinks. I wonder if we're all drinking the same thing, or if they're having something stronger. The occasional squeal of laughter emerges from the kitchen, and each time it's a welcome relief to my boredom. Ole and Agnar sound like they're having a blast in there. Just when I'm about to peek in the kitchen and see what the holdup is, Agnar and Brum exit together and head to our table. The bear is expertly carrying 2 trays, each with sizzling, steaming food. 1 herb and butter Hanser with mashed put-put, and 1 sausage plate for our dependable wolf. What's set before me is a platter with 4 cuts of white meat which resemble oversized chicken breasts, swimming in a butter and herb sauce. On the side is a generous mash of what smells like garlic and potato. Agnar sets 2 tankards on the table, one clearly meant to refresh my drink. The wolf's is much larger, topped with white foam and smelling like a heady beer. So, Lord Aaron, Would you hear the request of this humble chef and tell me what you think of the food? He gestures at the plate. I stare in bewilderment. Anything made with this much butter can't be anything less than fantastic. Sure, it looks almost too good to eat. Ha ha ha! That's a new one. But there ain't much point in making food you don't eat, is there? The best part of food is the taste. So please, dig in, and there's plenty more in the kitchen if you want it. I cut into meat with a fork and knife like Nanny taught me, and gracefully scoop up some mash as well. I blow a couple times before placing the morsel in my mouth. Not that it was burning hot, but if I'm supposed to be selling this noble roll I was given, I might as well get my table manners right. Oh, wow. Man, the meat is so juicy. It's tender and not the tiniest bit rubbery either. The sauce is so creamy and light it all blends. So, would you say this is good enough for a noble? Noble? I'd say this is fit for a king. Ha! I knew it! I knew it! Ha ha! Yes! The bear slaps his knee in triumph. He's beaming with unbridled joy and regards me with pure gratitude. You heard him say it, Agnar. That badger's gonna pay up. What? What badger? I look around in confusion. Did I miss something? He's a regular here. Probably had another bet with Brum. Oh. You're damn right he did. I'm confused. What role do I have to play in this? He bet his entire tab that I couldn't get an able to pay him to visit and say the food was good. He wouldn't have to pay it. That's awful. Does he think he's too good to pay? And for this no less? Oh, he's gonna pay me now. And he's gonna be on dish duty for a week. And just in time for the jackmark hunt, too. Oh, this couldn't get any sweeter. We're all proud of you, Brum. He scratches the back of his head with a goofy, confident grin. Since you helped me win, your meal and drink today's on me, free of charge. Oh, no, I couldn't. This food is so good. I insist. Consider it my token of appreciation for dragging you into a little bet. So I won't be taking no for an answer. I settled back into my chair and accept a spot of good fortune. I didn't even do anything, just enjoyed the food and gave an honest opinion. I gotta get back to cooking, but you holler if you need anything. We watched the bear retreat back to the kitchen. Agnar then rolls his eyes and tilts his head in a playful manner, shifting his attention to me. That knowing smirk. You knew what he was doing all along, didn't you? I had a hunch he was up to something, and he probably wanted to get to know you better in his own way. Hey, don't feel bad. That badger had it coming. He hasn't paid Brum a single crower in weeks. I knew Brum would warm right up to you. You're doing great so far. Now go ahead and eat up. Brum's food is good to the last bite. I grab my fork and take another satisfying bite from the plate. The juicy meat washes over my tongue and I try my hardest to savor every rich, buttery note before swallowing. So good. That's what I've been telling you. Brum is the best cook in all the land. Or the world. Can't remember the last time I had a meal this good. Which reminds me, Brum said something about enjoying Dulcet. Is that what this village is called? Now it's Agnar's turn to rush his chewing and chugging so he can reply. Ah, yes. This is Dulcet. A fine place to settle down, don't you think? It is so far, yeah. It's so different compared to where I'm from. It's a lot more rustic. Rustic? It means it has a lot of character, you know, quaint. Ah, that's good to hear. We both resume our mutual feasting. It's a bit daunting, as there's both so much food, and yet I can hardly stop myself from scarfing it down. I look up at the wolf between bites, and curiosity strikes me. I realize just how little I can gauge things based on appearance. If Ole hadn't told me his age, I would have guessed he was anywhere between 4 and 10, and I couldn't make any sense of the snake's age or gender. How old are you, Agnar? I'm 28 years old, born in the cold month of Kulden. Your document said you're 25. I assume that's accurate. Yeah, that's really how old I am. Mikkel said we should add some truth to registration to make it easier to remember. A wise decision. So, do you think our years work the same, though? I mean, ours could... The wolf cuts me off with a quiet shush, glancing discreetly around the tavern at the other patrons. A good question, but not a conversation we should be having in a public space like this. I fidget a bit, feeling a little red in the face for so quickly forgetting how important secrecy is. The wolf seems to pick up on it and speaks up again, casual and cool. So, back home in Schallenhof, when do they consider you to come of age? You know, when you're really an adult. Ah, I get it. We can use Schallenhof to talk about my world. 18. That's around how old I was when I stopped growing. Well, at least height-wise. I pat my well-filled stomach for emphasis. How's it here in Dulcet? About how old do most people live to? Well, as you know, it can vary from race to race, but for most of us like myself, we can live to about 80 years old. Wait, what? 80 years old, with no standards of medicine or hospitals or anything? Seriously, is there something in the water? First the huge sizes and now this kind of longevity? Sure, human technology is nice and all, but this wolf really has no idea how good he has it. Yeah, it's the same in Schallenhof. It's normal to live to about 70 to 90 years. I guess we must have similar age range as you guys. That's quite interesting. Yeah. Oi, I don't serve it piping hot so you can just let it freeze. Puh. We laugh to ourselves, half at the bear's timing, half at how crazy it feels to be chided like kids at the dinner table. I guess we got caught. Agnar stifles his laughter with his tongue, but the result is just the silliest grin. It's nice seeing the big wolf laugh so wholeheartedly. He seems rather comfortable here at the inn. We both need a moment to settle down before resuming our meal. It takes effort to keep my chuckling down. I catch Agnar smirking at times as his eyes linger on me. No doubt he's having the same problem. I'm growing rather fond of this wolf. Oof, I ate way too much. Barely managed to eat it all. That's Brum for you. Yeah, his eyes are always bigger than your stomach. You don't have to gorge yourself if you're full. You can always give me what you don't finish. Though I'm sure he appreciates the compliment of a clean plate. All that's left to do now is to visit the smithy. The smithy? Where are we going there? My sword and armor became worn out lately, so I came here at dawn to have them repaired. We must keep our weapons sharp and our armor sturdy. He should be done repairing them soon, so there's no need for us to stay long. I've never been in a smithy before. Could be fun seeing one in person. Then I'll be more than happy to show you it. Right next to the stall that sells cutlery by a goat hangs a sign that says Fire Cave with an anvil carved on it. I was ready to walk to the entrance, but Agnar instead rounded the corner and led us back to the building. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!